Royalty does post her video of her taking the twins over to CJ's house. Now, I didn't think that she was going to post a video showing that because in CJ's video, she said she didn't have her camera with her. Now, the part where CJ was with the twins was pretty funny. It seemed like they kind of got into a little argument. Not a real heated argument, but just an argument to where they could each say their side and each person can be heard. So for some reason, CJ thought the kids were going to forget about him because he hadn't spoken to them in a while. But Royalty says that he has spoken to them on the phone. So why would they forget about him if they speak to him on the phone? Yes, they haven't seen him physically in person, but they talked to him on the phone and probably FaceTime. So how could CJ even say that? So CJ lets it be known that no, he wasn't allowed to talk to the twins even on the phone and see them in person. And this is the first time he's been able to see them, and I guess a few days before this is when he was able to talk to them on the phone. But Royalty says this is not true. She was allowing them to talk to CJ over the phone. So who do y'all believe? So CJ also accuses Royalty of allowing CJ to get his face scratched up and black eyes and everything. And he does say that Cordelia is the one that did the scratching his face. But Royalty makes it known that CJ jumped off the bed and hit his head on something, hit his eye on something, which caused him to have a black eye. So she says it's little CJ's fault, not hers. Royalty also said that it's not her fault that the twins fight a lot. They're always fighting and they do get scratched up and hit and stuff like that. They do it to each other, so she's not taking any blame for any of that. Now, another funny part in this video is when CJ decided to turn off the light, and Royalty said little CJ is not going to like the light being turned off. He's going to tell you to turn it back on. And that's exactly what happened.
Cut the light on.
CJ gonna tell you to turn it back on. Told you.
What's up with this boy in the light?
He thinks it's scary in here. He keep looking at that thing over there. See?
Now CJ is wondering why baby CJ does not want the light turned off, and Royalty says he's just scared. He hasn't been to his home before, and he's scared of the little mannequin. Do y'all remember the little mannequin thing that's hanging on CJ's wall? I guess it's like a woman's body, but it's just the top half. Yeah, I guess Royalty's thinking that CJ is afraid of that. Royalty even thanked CJ for clearing his schedule so he made time to see his kids. And that comment was so weird because he's always getting online saying that Royalty will not let him see his kids. And then he decides to go out, go to parties, go drink, whatever, go to eat. But now Royalty is saying that he had to clear his schedule to see his kids. It's honestly funny to see the different perspectives of Royalty and CJ because it's like they really do not agree on a lot of things. They see the situation way different than the other person, and clearly that's not going to be easy to talk to them, especially if you're not seeing it from their point of view. Now, the first thing Royalty says is, you're always busy. You're either going on a date, and the fact that she said date first, is that a little bit of jealousy creeping in? Or do you think she really doesn't care? Now, for some reason, CJ thought this whole conversation was not going to end up on Royalty's channel. And I do see his point of view because Royalty really was not putting out videos like that. She would post a little bit when they was together, a few videos here and there, but it was never as consistent as it is now. I guess she's decided to change. She's just going to vlog everything and post it, no matter what. CJ commented and said he is never too busy to see his, and Royalty immediately says, you're always busy. Your CJ so cool. Now, it's really interesting to hear Royalty saying all of this because later in the video, she actually says the truth and says the reason why she didn't let CJ see the kids is because he was talking bad about her, talking negatively about her online. So if he continues to do that, then he won't see the kids.
Last night, me and the twins, they took a visit to CJ's house. They had a good time. They spent time with him. I was just showing you guys that me and CJ, we're not on bad terms. We don't have bad blood. We're starting to work everything out. Like I said, if he doesn't come at me wrong and he doesn't be saying stuff on the internet like I don't like, then, you know, everything's all good. But once you get to bashing and doing stuff that I don't like, then it's a problem, so.
She says her and CJ right now are doing good. They're able to co-parent, and CJ hasn't been saying anything negative about her. So she's allowing him to see the kids and talk to the kids. But the fact that she actually admitted this is a little bit scary. But let me know your opinion down in the comments. Should she really restrict CJ from seeing the kids if he's talking bad about her? So Dual Vision said, Royalty, you cannot do that. Those children have nothing to do with the mishaps between you and CJ. You don't get to keep the children from him when you get mad about something he's saying you don't like. You do not have that right. Tasha Webb said, "Give to her. She's the GOAT. Royalty living in reality. She's making old boy feel her when it comes to speaking on her and her kids, as any mother would. She has 5 and making things do what they do, while old girl has 2 and hopping on that plane solely for her purpose and not their daughter. Just my opinion." Now, obviously, that last part is talking about Nike, and I know a lot of people think that Nike probably wants to be back with CJ, or maybe she's just trying to use him for his money, but y'all have to also remember that Kamari was flying by herself when she was about 5 years old on a plane to see CJ, and then she would fly back to see her mom and stay with her. So now we're actually getting to see Nike go with her daughter. I think it would have been great if Royalty and Nike could have actually talked it out and been able to just express their both opinions, their views. I mean, now it's gotten so far that I doubt that could ever happen because Royalty is just really mad at Nike, and I understand why. I mean, imagine your boyfriend's baby mama sending pictures to him and specific text messages. Now, granted, they're both doing it to each other, and he is asking for these things, and she's sending them, but obviously, that's going to make anybody upset. Even if Royalty really was done with CJ a long time ago, this is still going to make her upset. And we've never heard about her actually cheating on CJ, being with anybody else. We haven't heard that. So I think from what we've seen, at least on YouTube, on Instagram, she's actually been very faithful to CJ. For all the parents out there that have been in a co-parenting situation, or you are in one right now, let me know. Are you the same way to where if your ex is talking about you, and especially online, do you restrict them from seeing the kids? Is that something that y'all do? Or do you think Royalty is completely wrong and she shouldn't do that? Also, everybody let me know what you thought of Royalty's video. Do you agree with her? Do you agree with CJ? Whose side are you on? Or are you neutral? Or are you on the kid's side? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.